Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 26 today. So page 26, page 26. And we're going to be focusing on a couple different things today. We're going to be using models to show tenths and to show hundredths. We are going to be using a tape diagram to visualize our tenths and our hundredths. Most importantly, we're going to be using a number bond as well in order to show the decimal form within parts of a fraction. So let's begin with our first example. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in here. And let's begin with B. If you can see clearly here that this is a tape diagram. And this tape diagram is broken into tenths. Sorry, my lines aren't as straight as they can be. But this is broken into tenths. When we are breaking into tenths, they have 2 tenths shaded. So we have 1/10 here plus 1/10 here. Okay. But what's really interesting about this specific tape diagram is that they're breaking this tenth, and they're breaking it into hundredths. Nine and 10. Perfect. And they're breaking this up into hundredths. And they have 4 shaded. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. They have 4 shaded, so we can add 4 hundredths to this problem. And let's make, this is meters, so we can't forget our meters here. And we're going to say that this equals 24 hundredths of a meter, or the decimal is 0 and 24 hundredths of a meter. To break this up, what we're going to be focusing on is using the number bond. So I'm going to put my number bond here. You're going to show me how many tenths do we have. Well, if you look in the place value, we have 2 tenths. And how many hundredths do we have? We have 4 hundredths. Excellent. All right, for this next one, I am not going to draw the tape diagram for you. You should see that this is broken into tenths. However, if we break one of these tenths into tenths, they make hundredths. Okay? So, let's work on this tape diagram. It looks like right here I have tenths. So, I am going to represent this as 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. Remember, we're working with meters here, so we want to put meters. And now this is very different. This tenth here is broken into hundredths. Now, how many hundredths is it shaded into? Well, I'm gonna have to count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is broken into 8 hundredths of a meter. When we add this up, this is going to be 38 hundredths of a meter. Or or as a decimal, it's going to look like 0 and 38 hundredths of a meter. Now, as a number bond, we would have 38 hundredths, and looking at the tenths, we're going to break this up into 3 tenths. Looking at the hundredths, we're going to break this up into 8 hundredths. Cool. Now, let's work on A and B together. And I'm going to want you to try C on your own. So let's do A together. Looks like we have 8 tenths. So this is going to be easy peasy. I mean, all we got to do is just shade in 8 tenths. So 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths. You know, I'm going to use my highlighter for this one. So we got 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, and we have 8 tenths. Okay? We have 8 tenths here. Now, it's super simple. For B, though, it says that we have 7 hundredths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my work that I have completed so far. You can go back if you need to. And I'm going to zoom in on B. I'm going to zoom in on B. And I want you to realize that when we have 7 hundredths, we are going to be working on only 1 hundredth. Sorry. There we go. We're going to be working on only 1 tenth. And we're going to be cutting this tenth into hundredths. Let me zoom in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. So we are going to be cutting that into hundredths, and we're going to be shading in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that gives us 7 hundredths of a meter. Okay? Now, I want you to try C. So you're breaking C. Let's do a number bond here. You're breaking C into 1 tenth, and you're breaking it into 9 hundredths. So I want you to try C on your own and see what you come up with. So pause this video. All right, so you should have realized that we are going to be working with 1 tenth. So this one is going to, our first one is going to be, this is going to be 1 tenth. Our next, this is where the hundredth comes in. We are going to break this into hundredths to make 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're going to shade in 9. We're going to shade in 9 hundredths here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Good. So I have 9 shaded, and so that is going to be 9 hundredths. And this is going to be equal 19 hundredths. Okay? And that's all we had to do. Let me fully shade in this. So we have 10. We have 1 tenth. Perfect. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go on to the next portion here. And I want you to use number bonds in order to solve. Let's bring this down a bit. Sorry. Cool. I want you to draw a number bond, pulling out the tenths from the hundredths, as in problem 3. So you're going to write the total as the equivalent decimal. So I'll do the first one for you, and I want you to do the rest on your own. It should be pretty simple. We have 19 hundredths, and I'm going to make a number bond. And this one, well, that's in the tenths. So as a decimal, it will look like this, this. And in our 9 is going to be hundredths. So as a decimal, it will look like 9 hundredths. And together, they're going to look like 19 hundredths. Okay? I'd like for you to do the rest. The rest are B, C, and D are the same. So I'd like for you to do the rest on your own. Happy hunting. Great job today. And if you get confused, go back into the video and watch how I break the tenths and how I break up the hundredths on the tape diagram and the number bond. Okay? Have a fantastic day.